Few years back, 3/4 of the people of Addis Ababa used to live in slums, according to sources. The government, cognizant of the problem, ratified a new policy to build high-density housing for the poor, known as condominiums. Since 2004, 4- and 5-story residential blocks have been mushrooming around the country. But still, the problem associated with housing is not adequately addressed. The need for comfortable housing may still be something to aspire to. Yet, decent housings are not the desire of only the poor, but also the middle-income community. Different investors have long been involved in the housing construction and real estate development.
So far, the Ethiopian Investment Agency has issued over 33 investment permits to interested investors, potential investors who are interested to engage in real estate development. Real estate is one of the areas that we encourage investors to engage in. Accordingly, so far we have issued licenses for 33 projects. Actually, 33 projects are in the pipeline. Amongst them, 14 are already operational and 19 are under implementation with a total capital outlay of 554 million Ethiopian birr.
In spite of the problems of land grabbing and rent-seeking activities and the like, the private sector has enabled the aspiration of many citizens of acquiring housings with affordable prices. But still, the need for affordable housing with decent prices is ever more increasing. Besides the price, time is another factor, as the construction of concrete houses takes a long time. Today, even the tallest buildings are built in few months' time in different parts of the world, especially in Europe, America, and Asian countries. That is because those nations are utilizing prefabricated houses and buildings, which are both time and cost-effective technologies. Prefabricated homes, often referred to as prefab homes, are special dwelling types of prefabricated building, which are manufactured off-site in advance, usually in standard sections that can easily be shipped and assembled. This technology is not widespread in Africa. In fact, only few countries are adopting these technologies in the continent. Ethiopia is one of the nations that licensed investors engaged in the production and installation of prefab houses.
Prefabricated housing scheme is in fact important for a country like us because the number of the members of the middle class are facing housing problems in this country. Therefore, prefabricated houses are advantageous to such a class of society because they are advantageous because they are low cost and very fast and to the standard of the middle class itself, and such ventures are actually encouraged by the government also, other than the housing schemes that are undergoing by the government itself.
There is immense problem on housing. The government has been doing their level best to have families own houses, and they're still continuing. We observed this problem and we came up with alternative technology in addition to the conventional construction. This technology is very much used in Western United States and European countries, including Australia. This is a prefabricated housing. Yeber Industrial, which is our company, uses this technology with the mostly local raw materials. We use light steel structure cladded with the magnesium board. And we have another technology which we have started recently, which is a FGC panel or fiber cement board, which we can use for villas and for warehouses. So this could also alleviate problems in housing in rural area, including suburb areas by FGC panel.
Besides the reduction of cost, prefab houses help citizens to own houses in a very shorter period of time. Yibal Industrial PLC is one among the business engaged in the production and assembling of the prefabricated houses. Located around Tatak Industry Zone, Yibal Industrial PLC has been engaged in the production of magnesium boards and steel design.
This is an alternative. This is not a solution, but another alternative to the conventional construction. This is, first of all, you can finish the building much faster, maybe 200–400% less than the time it takes on conventional construction. Second, the cost is also a factor. Our product is less than 20 or 30% of the conventional construction. So with this added value, this is an alternative for people who wanted to move in fast and with a reduced cost.
Although the advantage of prefab houses is very much obvious, the manufacturers are facing difficulties associated with public awareness. There is a deep-rooted cynicism attached to this technology. Many people think that the prefab houses may compromise quality and strengths. Nonetheless, that has proved to be not true according to the investors engaged in the business. In dispelling that cynicism, they say these prefabricated dwellings and buildings have proved to be disaster-resistant and qualified residences.
Maybe it might seem prefab as just a simple product to build. This is not a simple product. This is, for example, the office that you're sitting is a prefab. So when you say prefab, it means the product is fabricated in the factory, finished, and then assembled at site. As to the quality, the durability, even much better than the conventional construction.
The prefab houses manufacturers use much of locally produced raw materials. This in turn saves foreign currency for the nation, besides creating job opportunities for the citizens.
Right now, most of the products are local, but we still have to import some materials from abroad. Eventually, hopefully, as we grow, we can produce all the local materials, all 100% made locally, especially for the structure of the building. But right now, about 60–75% of the product is local, as the rest is imported from abroad.
Addressing the community with quality and affordable housing in a relatively shorter time, though remains one of the most important aspects of this investment, the prefabricated house manufacturing and assembly adds significant value to the construction technology in the country and incurring magnificently to the nationwide knowledge transfer endeavor. We had a privilege to visit such common residential housing construction sites around Mojo town. We witnessed that the houses are being built with prefabricated houses. Workers at the site told us the following about the houses.
This technology saves time, and we all know that time itself is money. When you finish a hotel or residential house on or before the due date using this technology, you are saving price of rent and the like, and you are also getting your return in a shorter period of time.
The
walls in this room are made from magnesium board. It required very low labor to assemble. Beyond its beauty is fire, sound and waterproof. It cannot be easily broken by insects and rats. What is amazing about this technology is that If you want to change location or reshape it, you can do it anywhere you like.
ፓርክ ለማድረግ እንዲመች እዛ አይገጣጠምም። እዚህ ሳይት ላይ ነው የሚመጣው። ሳይት ላይ ከመጣ በኋላ ከድሮይንጉ ጋር አብሮ ድሮይንጉን እየተከተል እያንዳንዱን ፍሬም
We receive packed steel with design and we assemble the structure based on the design. Then we put the walls following the code that we receive together with the design.
Although this technology is non-labor intensive, citizens with the basic knowledge of construction can engage themselves in the sector with only a few months of training. Graduates of technical and vocational training institutions are frequently involved in the manufacturing and assembly lines after months of training.
Our biggest problem is with the training. We don't have a trained manpower, so we have to train them in our factory and in the sites, and that costs money. When you bring somebody from just maybe high school graduate or from a technical school, they're not capable of doing it because this is a different technology. It needs training. So when you train, you are paying money for the training part. So it's difficult to get the employees for this job. But our goal is, our idea is to have as many as possible trained guys, trained people, so they can go on the site. If we take a contract from us.
I gained a lot of knowledge. All the workers here are trained for this work. I think it's very important to work with new technologies like this one.
I took training for this purpose. Formerly, I graduated from preparatory school, but now I'm working here with the knowledge again through the practical training.
The prefab houses developers and workers recommended the technology for the common residential housing projects that are being constructed by the government.
I used to work in a construction using reinforced concrete and bricks. It's been a month since I came to this construction site. This technology is time and cost effective. It only takes half the time that the conventional construction process takes. I suggest that government use this technology for the construction of common living houses.
በጣም አዋጭና ፈጣን ነው ለሀገራችንም እንደውም ቤት ለሌላቸው ሰዎች ይሄ ሞቲቬት 60 40 የተባለው ነገር በዚህ ይሰራ
This technology is time efficient and best for our country. I suggest if the upcoming constructions of common living houses would be with this kind of technology.
While still, the endeavor in trying to solve the housing problem across the nation, and most particularly in the cities and major towns, where it is very rare, is far from over what is happening right now, is very encouraging. The use of utilizing every available construction technology and technique is indeed essential to alleviate this chronic and long-standing problem. In this regard, the manufacturing and use of the prefabricated housings need to be intensified along with intense awareness creation in the endeavor to facilitate the adoption of the technology.